The price of peace. In the kingdom of Eryndor, war was not a distant threat. It was a storm waiting to break. Princess Kaelith, heir to the blade and protector of her people, stood before the marble throne of her father, King Aldred. Her calloused hands clenched into fists as she listened to his decree. You will marry Prince Draven of Ilvaris. Their magic, our steel. It is the only way to secure peace. Kaelith's heart burned with defiance. For years, her kingdom had resisted Ilvaris, a land of mages who wielded arcane power as effortlessly as breathing. Now, she was to be their ally, not as a warrior, but as a bride, a union of opposites. Prince Draven arrived with an air of calm control, his raven-black hair and silver-threaded robes a stark contrast to Kaelith's battle-worn armor. He greeted her with a faint smile, his violet eyes assessing. I see the blade of Eryndor has been sheathed for me, he said softly, the words half a jest, half a challenge. Kaelith narrowed her eyes. And I see Ilvaris sends a scholar to stand where a soldier should. Their first meeting was icy, the tension between them palpable. But as their wedding loomed, they were forced into proximity. Draven's world of quiet libraries and glowing spellbooks clashed with Kaelith's training yards and strategic war tables. Yet, beneath the animosity, curiosity stirred. The uneasy truce between Eryndor and Ilvaris began to falter when reports came of shadow attacks, creatures of darkness tearing through border towns. Neither swords nor spells could defeat them, and whispers grew of a power older than either kingdom. Draven delved into forbidden tomes, his magic probing the depths of the unknown. Kaelith, unable to sit idly by, led her soldiers to the front lines. Each returned bloodied, their courage dimmed by fear of the unrelenting shadows. We cannot face this alone, Draven admitted one night, his voice strained. Your steel and my magic, together, we might stand a chance. Kaelith hesitated, but the desperation in his voice softened her resolve. Then let's fight as equals, mage. Show me what your magic can do. Their journey to uncover the source of the shadows took them to the Obsidian Rift, a place forbidden to both their peoples. Along the way, their partnership shifted. Draven's sharp wit and unwavering dedication began to draw Kaelith's admiration, while her courage and loyalty kindled something unfamiliar in him, a longing for connection. In the rift, they uncovered a terrible truth. The shadows were born of a cursed bloodline, one tied to both kingdoms. Centuries ago, an ancient king had used forbidden magic to conquer the lands, leaving behind a legacy of darkness that now sought vengeance. The only way to stop it was to forge a new bond, one sealed by blood and magic, steel and spell. As the shadows closed in, Kaelith and Draven prepared for their final stand. In a ritual blending sword and sorcery, they combined their strengths. Draven's incantations shimmered in the air as Kaelith's blade cut through the darkness, the two moving in perfect harmony. Their bond grew deeper with every strike, every spell. What had begun as a reluctant alliance blossomed into something more, a trust born of shared danger and unspoken understanding. By the time the shadows fell, they were no longer two individuals, but one force. The victory came at a cost. Draven's magic was drained, and Kaelith bore scars that would never fully heal. But their people had seen the impossible, a warrior princess and a mage-prince standing as one, saving both kingdoms. In the aftermath, Kaelith found herself at Draven's side, not out of duty, but by choice. He had shown her a world beyond steel, and she had given him a cause worth fighting for. Together, they began to mend the rift between their lands, proving that peace was possible when forged by strength and trust. Their love was not born of fairy tales, but of fire and shadow, a bond tempered in the crucible of war. And as the kingdoms of Eryndor and Ilvaris looked to the horizon, Kaelith and Draven stood united, ready to face whatever darkness might come.